Alright, welcome back to Dunkscott Traders Hub, and it is the BTC session. Yeah, I know you guys, those who love BTC, I know you normally check it out, and we are all waiting for the new, for the another entry, or the expectation of the second phase of bull run, and clearly that's what we are waiting for. Yes, of course. If we get into it without wasting time, we clearly see that what we analyzed, I think last week, those who remember this move, clearly it happened just like the way we analyzed it. It came back to the highs there, to the equilibrium there, to the equal highs right there, and then the sell started. But we saw it just touched the fair value gap right there. This is a fair value gap that we have. This fair value gap is according to daily time frame. It just touched it, but most of the times for us to be to make any entries using the fair value gaps, we normally want price to react either half of that fair value gap, or 50% of the fair value gap, or even go all the way, finish it all off it, like this one, like how it reacted right here and went up, and even right here 50% went up, came again, cleared the whole of it 100%, then went up, and now we broke it and went to the other fair value gap. So now clearly we need at least 50% before we can think of making any entries or making any decisions basing on this fair value gap. So those who remember, I clearly told you that we are still going all the way down, and until we see price reach about at least 52, go back all the way to 50, 52, 53. It may even go to 51. 72, 73. 73, 72, even 71, we may see it reach just there. It may even go back to 70k, but the most price that I'm looking at is about 73, 72k before we can look at price getting back into the bull run. So as we speak currently, we are still in a sell trend, or we are still in a downtrend. All we need is now price to come and at least activate our limit orders, which are around, let's see the price there. We've put our limit order at 72,800, right about there. This one here, and this one is around 71,200. Yeah. So around that price, it's where we've put our limit orders, our two limit orders. So if it comes at least half of the fair value gap, we'll have an entry already. But if it decides also to go all the way down below and grab liquidity probably below that fair value gap, or even to this order block, we still have one at 68,400k, at 68,400 as a value of BTC. So that's why we are literally waiting on to price, but this is a bit far off. This is the very closest and a very ideal level, being a fair value gap. Of course, we have this is not even a valid order block, so this fair value gap is very critical for us to be a game changer, or one that we will be looking at to give us an entry. So of course, Friday, apologies that last Friday I didn't do the session. I'm a bit inconsistent with BTC. I don't know why, but apologies to you guys who normally follow it up with on this very channel. But when what I saw later that day, having missed to do the analysis here online live, I checked and I found that fair value gap right there. This was when let's see, this was when did I do this? 20th, no 6th. That was on Sunday. That was yesterday actually. No, Sunday. Yesterday was 7th, so today is 8th, so it was Sunday 6th. It gave us that fair value gap, and of course we had a change of character right there, but it's not it's not something we are looking at. We have a break of structure. If you're on H4, that is a break of structure right there, and we are currently went back to that fair value gap to grab liquidity and actually head back into sales. So if anyone has a big account and wants to make an entry, you can easily make an entry of this sell trade to take us all the way back down, and probably this time it will go all the way back and activate our limit orders, and then we get into the buy trend. So I can now drag this and put it right there, because that's what I'm looking at. It may happen today or tomorrow, whichever the day is, we are going to be looking at something like that. So having seen that, I want to delete this fair value gap. It's no longer necessary. It has already given us what we wanted. That can also be taken out, and then that leaves me with this current fair value gap. Even this rising wedge can be, before I remove it, let's first understand if the TP was hit. Not really, it was not hit, so it means we are coming to activate this order right here. So if the TP was not hit, I may actually leave this right there for now, and now do what? And now wait for it to be hit. Right now, let me go to H4, H1. We are still sort of in a CCI is showing us to buy, but really not yet. We'll grab liquidity on the fair value gap. The current momentum is a sell. M15 is a bit slow with low momentum. H1 same. So I really don't have what I can say about this. It may move around 3-4 p.m. there, so I'm not ready to make any entries right here. Of course, I can see a change of character right here. Yes, right there, I can see it. I can see a change of character, but then we have a weak resistance, a weak kind order. You may call it a resistance, right about there. Yeah, and it's holding up a bit, so I may not do what? I may not anticipate any breakout soon. I may anticipate consolidation for some time, but then all those are weak levels that can easily be taken out and actually head back into sales. Now, according to M15, you have to realize that we've been in an uptrend right here, change of character or break of structure. Then once you realize that, then you can clearly see that we had a strong high up there, we never reached it, but later on we saw a change of character. So now price is looking at heading back into sales. Remember, according to H1, We never saw any change of character. That clearly tells us that we are still in a sell trend according to H1. Why? We have a break of structure right there, right here. We get a low. We went there for a lower high, tested here, but then we went back again. We never took that lower high here. We have not taken it out, so it means we are coming again for a lower low, and that's what we want to look at. So according to H4, of course, it is very clear break of structure right there, and now this is a lower low. We need to see, we have now gotten a lower high up there, and now we need to see a new lower low, and hopefully this will be the very last level right here that we will see before price skyrockets to give us our new all-time high. Yeah, I want to remind you that our current all-time high is about 110, is around 109k. Yeah, almost. It was left with about a few dollars to make it 110k. Yeah, so by the time we leave here, we will see price skyrocketing and taking us all the way back into the buys. Remember, when it leaves this level, it may not go straight like how we would want it. We go there, test a bit, because now we will have started to get into a buy trend, and now once we are ready, we know that our next all-time high will be coming from this move right there, and that move clearly will be taking us all the way to 113k. 113k. Yeah, that's where we'll be looking at price going to. So for now, that's it. That's it, what I may say about this price. I can easily first delete that, so you don't need it. All we now need is to see price actually give us something that can trigger us to enter sales, because we know that sales are what we are looking for to bring us all the way to the downer, to this very fair value gap, which is an H4, actually not an H4, which is a daily fair value gap, and we are already waiting with our limit orders. We're already waiting with our buy limit orders. They're right on waiting for entry, so that we can take it all back into the all-time high. Remember, you have to remember that this is very volatile. So if it is your first time to be into BTC and you're probably looking for trading it, you have to first make a proper research, make a proper study, get to understand how much you're willing to invest in. If you're going to trade it on centralized exchanges, or if you're going to trade this on platforms like MT5 or TradingView with having a broker behind as a third party, then you need to make your own research and be ready. So whichever way you wish to engage in trading BTC, you need to make a proper research in as much as you can, but nevertheless, you know that analyzing is very part of it. But it's not only about analyzing, it's about you understanding how much money you want to put into the market when you're trading BTC, how much you're willing to risk, and of course it is not always advised to hold BTC when you are against it, because now this is a retest, this is a pullback. But the general trend according to weekly time frame, we know we are in a buy trend. Why? This is a break of structure right here. That was a break of structure which pushed us to get to a higher high, and we saw some bit of a change of character, but we know that is only for a pullback to grab liquidity on the order block or on the fair value gap that was left here, and then head over or to come back. This would just be a similar to come back to the break of structure, or to the level where we saw price breaking our previous high, and then take us all the way to the current high. So it's gonna be coming back here. So you need to make a proper research and be sure and know your risks, because it's not a get quick rich kind of a thing. You need to know it is very risky. So sometimes many traders say that you don't have to invest money that you can't afford to lose. So whenever you hear something like that, know that what they are trying to mean is, don't probably get your tuition. If you're a student, don't get your tuition and try to use it to make profits, because it may go wrong and you'll be in a box of your own. You'll never like it. You'll regret why you did that. So don't borrow money to invest in such markets, in trading. You don't know anything that can happen, because you as an individual, you cannot afford to impact the movement of the market. If you don't have that ability, you don't have that kind of money to impact the movement of the market or of the price to a certain direction. So we just follow what these other big guys are pushing price in such a direction, and we follow them to make to make profits from the fluctuation, from the price fluctuation. So now, since you don't know really exactly in the next 15 minutes where the market is going to go, then you rather look for money that you know that even if you lose it, it will not impact your life in as much as if you used the money probably borrowed, or the tuition, or probably land money, whatever, you know those things. You just rent, probably mortgage money. You don't want to do that. You need to even if you start small, get small money, use that. You can grow it and it may become big. The only issue is the way the human mind is made is that we always want big things, and we think that if we get small things, we don't have the ability to keep actually every day looking for that small thing, and eventually before we know it, it becomes a bigger thing. We want one big thing at a go, and trading doesn't work like that. And as far as my experience is concerned, you need to take small bits of success and be happy for the success that you've gotten. So otherwise, I want to wish you guys a good time. So we'll be waiting. Let me go back to M15, actually H1. We'll be waiting for probably a pullback. Once we get it at a certain level, then one can look at probably coming in again for the sell. But I want to remind you, we are seeing some low momentum currently in the market, but that doesn't mean that at a later stage today we won't see some big moves come around because of what we're seeing here. No, BTC is different, and anything can happen between now and 5 p.m. East African time. Anything can happen. We can see big moves come around. So stay tuned. Just keep your watch. When you see a pullback, we have a change. Someone may say a change of character up there. So once price reacts a bit back there, then one can enter with a sell move. Why? Because price is already below a 10 MA. We're already seeing a change of character, so it's a matter of time before we see price actually probably react back to that order block. So when price does that, then you know that we'll be having our entry right about there. Then you know that we'll be having our entry. All right, I think that's it from me. That's it for today. If you guys had a question, please go ahead and ask me. I'll be able to respond to the question. But if not, then I would love to wish you guys a good trading day. And please don't forget to trade responsibly. Don't forget to use proper risk management strategies and techniques. And of course, never over leverage when you're not sure of the next probably 10 or 15 or 1 hour move. Please, it's very, very risky. You can easily blow up your account or lose all the money that you've just invested in just one, even less than a minute. Money can go depending on the kind of leverage you're using. So with us here, when we're using MT5 and these other trading platforms that have brokers behind, we use what we call lot size. And lot sizes, man, if you use a lot size that you're not supposed to use, you may not even see the next candle depending on which time frame you're on, because leveraging using lot size is a killer, and you can't afford to mess up with the lot size that you are supposed to be using. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading day. See you for the BTC. See you on Friday, 1 p.m. East African time. And then of course, for the rest of us who are looking at who always trade the synthetic indices, of course we meet every other day, Monday to Friday at 10:30 a.m. East African time. So if you want to be part of it, you can of course subscribe, and of course come around every other 10:30 East African time, 10:30 a.m. East African time, and you'll be seeing us analyzing all these assets, the Crash 500, the booms, the Boom 500, the volatilities like V25s and V75s, V75, assets like Jump 50, assets like Jump 25, all those are the assets that we are looking at. Oh man, I even missed an entry here. I was waiting for this entry on Jump 25. Look at how I missed it. I missed that, but I think I can enter this jump and put my stop loss right here. I put my stop loss right there. Yeah, that is an entry I will put right there, because now that it has done this, price is likely not to come back again down below here. All right, so that is an entry there. Let me actually share it with my Signal, VIP Signal guys, and then I will look at making money today. I hope we see some momentum. All right, I think that's it. As far as trading is concerned. So see you tomorrow for this kind of analysis of the synthetic indices, but then for BTC Friday. Happy trading. Have a nice day, guys. you.